For those of you that don't know me, my name's Emily, and I'm the editorial assistant here at the Media Web. I am joined today by Eddie Taylor, who is the editor-in-chief of ShortList magazine, the first in our TMN Insights webinar series. You'll see me in the chat function on the webinar today. So if you have any questions already regarding the content of the webinar, please feel free to get in contact. If you have any lengthy queries or any technical difficulties, if you could please email us at webtech, that's WEBTECH @tnnne.com. That'd be fantastic. Eddie's here to talk through the new listings feature on the ShortList website. So, Eddie.
Thank you very much indeed. I'll just put this over here. So I'll get a bit closer to the microphone, so hopefully you can all hear me. Well, welcome everybody. This is a bit of an experiment for us to kind of show you some new features on the website via a webinar, and I hope it all works for everybody, and I hope you get something out of it. I hope I don't have to explain too much about ShortList, but for those that don't know or are still unaware, websites in late April, early May, shortlistdubai.com and shortlistabudabi.com, and there will be a magazine that's going to follow with a launch date of September the 22nd. It was originally a British brand, and they're still going strong, distributing 500,000 copies every week in the UK. And we licensed it at APP Gulf, which is a branch of ITP. We licensed last year. And the websites have been going live, and we're really excited about how they've been going. And the goal of our website is quite simple. It's to try and cut through all of the information on events, on parties, on restaurants, on bars and clubs, on attractions and exhibitions in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and bring you kind of a short list to bring you the curated highlights of what's on offer to make your life easier. Central to that, obviously, is the information that we present. And by information, I mean the accuracy of addresses, of locations, of time, and that applies to all of the venues, all of the bars, all of the restaurants, all of the art galleries, all of the spas and salons we have in our directory. So what we decided to do was, instead of you writing us constant emails going, please change this, and why haven't you mentioned that, which wastes your time, you've got better things to do, we've created a bit of a tool that you can directly access our website, which means that you can log in, you can access your venue that you're responsible for, and you can directly update, and if it's not there, add anything that you wish. We really hope this is something that will be of use and of interest to you, just to try and make the whole business of getting the right information to our readership accurate, up to date, and very, very timely. So welcome to this, and if you've got any questions at any time, do feed them through via the chat, and we'll be trying to get as many as we can at certain points of this session. So let's begin by looking at the actual website homepage, yeah, which is there. Hopefully that will have come up for you now. Again, hopefully you're all familiar with it now. We're looking at the shortlistdubai.com right now, and the area that we're particularly talking about today is the outlets. And we'll start with restaurants just because we think that's the biggest one. It's got the most entries in it, and this is currently how it appears. This is the big stripe of information that we have, and it's listing these are currently in alphabetical order, and you can search down. Now, there's going to come a time where you're going to go, hang on, 101 on Palm Jumeirah, that's not right, that's the wrong phone number, they're the wrong opening hours, and if you're responsible for that, whether you're a PR or a venue owner, you want that changed, because it's no good to you having a listing on a popular website that isn't accurate. So here's where we begin with how you can access our site and change any information that you feel is relevant. And we'll do that through this portal here. And this is the website that is on the welcoming screen that should have greeted you. And it's pr.shortlistuae.com. Hopefully you can see that there. I'll just read that out again. pr.shortlistuae.com. So what happens now? Well, the first thing that you need to do is register. And that's the button here, hovering over now. And I'll click that. And it's a fairly standard, straightforward registration form. Yeah? Username, email address, password, confirm password. This is all quite standard that you should do here. And then you have a small code just to prove that you're a real person. And then once you've filled all that out, you can create a new account. Now, once that form has been filled in, we will get an email. We will auto reply to you to confirm your details. And once you've confirmed that, you have a username and you have a password. That means that you can then go back to the next step, this one here, login, and you can enter the system. We've created an account here just so we can get in and show you all of the features. Don't copy this, please. We don't want you changing all of your rivals' details. That's very sporting, would it? So we should be in it. Okay. This is the screen that you will. And it should be quite obvious what happens now because it's basically a direct replica of what appears on the website. All of the restaurants listed there in alphabetical order. Now, you can go straight to the search function and type the restaurant that you're responsible for, and then you can get that list. For the sake of argument, start with Dubai, and let's go to Claw. Hit search. And there we go. There are two entries for Claw at the same place, but one is aggregated into restaurants and cafes, one is aggregated into bars and clubs, because like many venues in Dubai, they serve the same, or they serve both functions, I should say. Now, are you responsible for updating and managing the information for Claw? I think it's set PR, am I right? And that looks after that. If you are, and you want to claim that this is your venue that you're responsible for, you click on the button over here, Claim Listing. Yeah? You click on that, and this is the page you should come to. Hopefully loading up now. All of the information is already there for you. And this is where you can start checking and amending all of the information on Claw. And I'll go through this in a bit more detail later. I would warn you, though, it's very, very important at this point that any outlet that you've claimed and you're trying to go through the claim process, there is a verification process at the end of all this that will require you to upload the trade license for the venue for which you're responsible. So you can go through the steps I'm about to show you now and then claim your listing, but if you don't have your trade license, or you don't have the right documentation to prove that you are who you are, then all of those changes won't be verified, they won't be captured. So it's very, very important that when you're claiming a listing, you have the trade license of the venue that you're claiming with you. I hope that's clear. So we'll go through all of the fields. Again, it's a direct replica of what is on our website as it is at the moment. So we have the name, Claw Barbecue, Crab Shack and Grill. If that's right, great, perfect. The next one is Suit al Bahar, which is its location. The next one over is another title. Now this is how it will appear in the directory field in a big long list, not on the page itself. So if you are an outlet that has multiple locations, multiple branches, it's in this part here, put brackets DIFC or brackets Dubai Marina or brackets The Palm to try and give your outlet separation when people are searching for their particular outlet. The big box here won't actually appear on the website, anything that you type in here. This is information for you as a PR manager or PR owner to add any information that you think is relevant to add a bit of life to your listing or to tell us at ShortList what's special about your place, any information that we need to be reflecting. And you can fill that out there. Next part here, self-explanatory, is the map. pin right where Suit al Bahar is, so that looks good to me. And it says there, level 3 Suit al Bahar on the left-hand side. And then over here, the map coordinates. These are automatically generated from this map reading here. If they're not accurate, then you can either click and drag on that pink pin, or you can go to Google Maps in your own time and add the right coordinates in there. Now the next bit, again, self-explanatory, select the city. It's Dubai, which is where it is. It's in which it is, and of course, it's in the UAE. All that's correct, so let's move down. Outlet contact, again, self-explanatory. Add a phone number. Please can you put the +971 in, because we do get a lot of readers who are coming from various different countries in the region, from Saudi, from Oman, from Bahrain, etc. So if you want people to call your restaurant from wherever they are, putting the 971 before your phone number will help that process. Email, put that in if you feel as though it's useful, if it's a reservations at. Put the website, floorbarbecue.com, that's there, and then all of your social media accounts that you think are relevant. So we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, we've got Pinterest, all that kind of stuff. I hope that is all clear. Just got a question, a very, very good question from Bismay. Thanks for the question. Is the trade license in PDF format or JPEG either? As long as it's uploaded, able to be grabbed and uploaded. We'll show you the uploading tool later on, but PDF or JPEG is absolutely fine. Okay, so the next and in takeaway, catering facilities, all of that kind of stuff. If we've left any off that you feel are useful, again, please feel free to contact us. I'll be giving out some emails at the end of the day, end of the session, I should say. And then we have features. Again, is alcohol served? Is there a bar? Is there cocktails? Is it halal food, which it should be? Outdoor seating? Are there business lunches? That kind of stuff. You can click as many as that you feel are relevant or appropriate to your listing. Again, if we're missing any, please do let us know. Cost for two. This is an estimate of what two people could dine for without alcohol. I think that's probably only fair in this market that we keep it to food and non-alcohol, how much it's going to cost for two people. Check one of those. 200 to 400? Yeah, well, maybe 400, 600. You tell me. This is your area to decide. Payment options. I hope you're clicking both of these, to be honest with you, but your credit card. And then we have the timings. I can see straight away that this looks like a bit of an error on here. Is Claw really open at 6 a.m.? I don't think so. So that's going to be something that brand owners are going to want to go, no, I need to change that. This is a great example of, like, instead of emailing us and waiting for a response for something, you can just go in there and change that, and that will automatically be aggregated into the system upon a quick approval. Really nice question from Vanessa. If the venue is shut in the middle of the day, can this be reflected in the opening hours? By the time, I think it's by Sunday, yes, we will have that. We will have 2 blocks of timings that will appear on the site. So yes, we haven't got it now. We are aware of that as an issue, and that's something we're looking to change. We'll try and do it by close of play tomorrow, but realistically, it's probably going to be Sunday of next week. Okay, and in here, happy hours. Do you have happy hours? Are there any special daily promotions that you want to reflect? Put that in there. And again, special offers. Anything that you feel as though is like whether you've got special promotions, whether you've got ladies' nights, you've all got ladies' night. Put those in there. Any special brunches, anything for certain national holidays, if you're a certain type of ethnic cuisine. You can write those things in there. Reservation, that's completely down to you. Is it a must? Is it one of the busiest places that gets booked up for days and weeks in advance? Is it not required? Is it the kind of place people can just kind of, you're happy for people just to show up and eat? Or is it recommended? Check one of those. You'll only be able to check one of those. Cuisines, we have a whole list here. So if you click on the bar there, you'll get all of the different types of cuisine. Bangladeshi, Bulgarian, any Bulgarian restaurants out there? Caribbean, Cuban, Delhi, all of those. Click as many as you feel that are appropriate and relevant to your restaurant. Dress code. After 6, beachwear, casuals, but again, fairly self-explanatory. We have garden chic. Someone could tell me what that is. Please let me know. And once all of those are in, then we go next. We have a decent question, a good time as we're loading up the new page from Abigail. What if we found something we want to alter for our client? Is there any way we can do that without presenting the trade license? Not on this system. You can email me in the traditional way if you want to alter a listing. What we're trying to do with this system is cut out that process. So if you've got a client that wants to change now or within the next 24 hours, we're giving you the tool to access our site directly and making sure that things get changed in a much more timely manner than has been capable so far, and I think that kind of other listings titles in the market can offer as well. So unfortunately, if you want to use the tool, no, you can't do it without a trade license. We're looking at rough turnaround times of 48 hours for any entry into the system. We will certainly be trying to do it quicker than that. Hope that answers your question. Okay, so this is the area now, once you've done all of your main listings, this is the area now where you can upload any extra images or menus. And we really hope that you can add some menus in here, add some really good pictures. You know, we want all of the listings to have the best representation of themselves and have the most accurate images and menus, and this is where you can do it. Very, very simple. Click that, choose file. It's very simple to follow from there. And then you click upload. There is a limit, 26 meg, and that should be more than enough for a menu and a couple of pictures. Once that's done, click next. I'll come to a couple of questions, which is coming in now. I think we've got one from Zafra that's about to be answered. This is the verify owner part. Now, this is the bit where you prove you are who you are and that you have the ability to represent your client. You have the permission from them to do it. And this is a very, very, very important step. So before you even try to log into the system and claim a listing, I would really, really recommend that you get the trade license for the venues that you're representing done first, so you'll save a lot of time. So this is the stage now. Very similar to how we did with the pictures. Choose your file. It can be a JPEG, it can be a PDF, and you can upload the trade license there. It's also really important that you add an authorized contact for the person at the venue or the holding company that's authorized you to represent them on their behalf. So we will be checking. So the authorized outlet tech name goes in here, their phone number goes in there, and their email in there. Yeah? I hope that's clear. Again, this is really important. The ability for us to understand who you are and that you have the permission to act on behalf of a venue. If we don't have that, then this whole system basically can't work. So it's very, very important that we have credibility when we're presenting information to our audience. So, okay, one question here just before we move on from Beatrice. Thanks for the question. I'm handling a venue that's a bar, lounge, and restaurant in one. Is it possible to have just one listing for the venue and not one for the bar and another for the restaurant? The answer is no, because we do have separate directories for the restaurant and a separate directory for the bar. There are different considerations. We did look at this initially, but a restaurant, people are choosing a restaurant for different things. What kind of cuisine? What's the dress code? Do I need to book? They're choosing bar and nightclubs as well, but different set of criteria. So the only way that we could really sensibly separate them is by creating two different directories for people looking for a bar versus people looking for a restaurant. It's not actually that difficult to do both. We should have both. Floor is a good example. That's listed in both bars and it's also listed in restaurants. It's not that difficult to kind of create both of those listings. But we found when it comes to users, it was better for them to be able to search restaurants on the one hand, bars and clubs on the other. Thanks for the question. Wow, we've got a load of questions coming in. Let me move on, and I'll try and get to those a bit later on. Okay, so once you've entered your trade license and the contact details, check the box. By posting this, you agree to our terms and conditions. They will be available on the website if they're not already, and you click Save. And there we go. You will get this message, and then hopefully you'll get an email that will be automatically generated saying, thank you for claiming your listing. We will be in touch with you to verify your trade license, to verify if you are who you say you are, and hopefully you'll get that within two working days, and then you'll get your login will then work, and you'll be able to amend your listings as you've done. Now, there's always going to be a point where you actually haven't got, or we haven't got, the venue that's been that's opened. We've missed it off for whatever reason. The venue that you look after isn't on there. So what you do now is you go back to this page where you first came in, which is there, which is Search Outlet at the very top. You just click on that and you go back to this page. And there's a big blue button there called Add New Outlet. And we click on that. While we're doing that, I've got a question from Vanessa Ball. If we had one login for the agency to avoid future issues when managers leave or change accounts, can more than one person use that login at the same time? The answer is yes. Multiple, as long as we have the trade license from someone that's authorized, that could be from the PR company, it could be from the brand itself, it could be from the holding group. As long as we can verify that there is a trade license that someone has uploaded to the site to claim their listing, multiple people can use that, because then that's a conversation for the PR company to have with the holding group. There won't be one, I'm afraid, PR group, if you like, PR company login for all of this, because we know for a fact that restaurants and bars switch around their PR companies and their agencies all the time. So in order for things to stay credible and for you to only be managing the listings that you've got the permission to list, it will have to be on an outlet basis only. But good question, no, thanks for that. Right, so add or claim outlet, again, should be quite self-explanatory. Drop down, what are you looking to add? What is the venue that you want to put into our system? And you can add, you can see which ones you can put in here. Restaurants, spas, salons you can do. Events and attractions, if you're a manager of a theme park, put that in there. Sports and fitness, gym, if you've got a new indoor football facility, whatever it is, you can put that in here. And then bars and clubs at the end. But let's, for the sake of argument, let's just stick to restaurants. Put that in there. And again, this field looks exactly the same as the one you just saw for Claw. So outlet name, that's how it's going to appear at the title. Location, that's where you are in terms of building and area. Yeah, we don't want your full string of address in that area here. Claw was a good example. Claw Barbecue, and the location was Su Aloha. So that's kind of what we want in there. The outlet custom name, if it's just a self-contained thing like Claw, it can be the same. This is where you can put your branches in brackets if you've got more than one location. And it's all the same steps. The body, if there's any information we need, the location. Now, with this, the map is now blank. So what you can do is you can try and find your outlet in this bottom here. So let's try Claw Barbecue, giving them a lot of attention today. I'll look forward to a free lunch. Claw Barbecue goes in here. You can do that, find it, and there you go. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? So that's in there. The map coordinates have all gone in. And then what you'll need to do then is just double check the city. So Dubai, yes. Not an academic city. I think we said it was the Burj Khalifa area before, didn't we? So there we go there. And yes, it's in the UAE. And then you can add in, as you saw on the previous pages, phone numbers, email, website, social media, all of that other stuff. I really hope that's clear. If not, please let us know. Yeah, and then you go next. And I can't go next because you haven't filled in all of the information. But it's exactly the same process. And at the end of this, you will need to verify owners. Yeah? Question from Samantha Castro. If the outlet is not listed, can we add it? I hope that section has just answered that question. We have a question from here that I'm just about to come to now. Now, there is another element to this that might make your life a little bit easier. I don't want to complicate things too much, but if you go back to the website listing here, this is the 101 on the Palm Jumeirah, that should have loaded up now. You will see in this black stripe here under the map, claim outlet. Now, if you want to claim this outlet, this is where you do it, and you will begin the process by going straight into the PR listing tool here. Yeah. So if you're actually on the website and you're looking around and you're going, is my client's venue mentioned? Is my own venue mentioned? And you see it and you notice something you want to change, or for future reference you want to claim it because there might be a time you do want to change it in the future, you can click claim outlet there. Yeah, hope that's clear. Okay, from Celia now, I think this is a good point to jump onto you. Her question is, will promoters be able to upload regular events? Yeah, now this is where we can go here. Right across the top, it's the fourth menu item here, suggest events. Click on that. Very, very, very simple. Click on there, add events. Yeah. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Title required, what's your event called? You know, what's the name of it? How are you publicizing it to the public? Body, what is it? Is it a magic show? Is it a DJ night? Is it a five-a-side football tournament? What is it? Tell us there. The section that currently says none will probably get a little description on the side somewhere there to make that easier, but that's kind of the rough category. Yeah? Is it adventure? Is it a club night? Is it film? Is it a fashion event? What is it? Again, if we're missing anything out, do let us know. We'll try and add it in there. We have tags in here. Don't worry about that for now. We'll probably remove that field when we go fully live. Lead text is a bit like what we call a subhead in publishing. So just give it a little bit of a sign off to say the world's best DJ playing at zero gravity, whatever it might be. You can put that in there. Now we come to the important bit, the time and the date. Now, if you're running something, say, Comic-Con, and you want to put that into the site, you'll need to do a start date and an end date, because it's going to be running over multiple days. And you add your date there. Again, very, very easy calendar function. You put your time in here for your start date, then you put your end date. Now, for one-off events, things like a concert, a music performance, a DJ, a club night, you don't really want to show an end date because A, you might not know, and B, it might end after midnight, so it'll be going into the next day. And you don't want a calendar listing on a Friday for something that started on Thursday and is over by 3 a.m. So if you just want the start date, if that's the important thing for you, and I'd recommend it for any music gig or DJ event, click that off, and you'll just get the start date field. Yeah? I hope that's clear. Location, again, that's where you are. Map coordinates, you can get that from Google Maps. You can right-click and you say, where are we? And that will give you the map coordinates. Ticket link, obvious. Put the URL of the website where people can book their entry. Entry price, if there are multiple entry prices, there's VVIP, VIP, whatever, you can put them in there and separate them by you don't need a trade license, by the way, adding events. You can just add them in as normal, regular people. As with all of these things, and I can't stress this highly enough, it is up to us, the editors, to approve any and all changes made in the system. You've got access to it. All of the information will be aggregated into our database, but there will be, before it goes live on the site, a button that is either approve or dismiss, approve or dismiss. So when it comes to events, there might be things that we don't think are relevant for our audience. There might be things that are way too B2B, for instance, are too niche, that require special invitations in something like a business group. It might be something to do with kids, for instance, which we don't really do at this point. If there's something about a kids' summer camp or something, that's not really the kind of event that we will have in the system. So we will approve or dismiss every entry in events, and you will get an email to say, yes, great, your event is now in the calendar. Sorry, no, it didn't make it, and we'll try and explain why. Yeah. If the event is monthly, keep adding it in. You know, if you can have the opportunity to add in every single thing every month, that's fine. You've got the opportunity to do that. You will have to do it though. If it's a monthly event on a Thursday, you'll have to do it. Say it's the last Thursday in the month, you'll have to do it every single time you want the event mentioned. Yeah? Because obviously if you do something every Thursday for a year, or every month for a year, one of them gets cancelled, we need to know that the information is accurate. I hope that answers the question. Okay, you can also add events. You can add pictures into the event by choosing files there and uploading. And you can hit save. And hopefully, I'm not sure where that will go in because we haven't done anything. Yeah, we haven't done a title there, so that's not it. But that will get aggregated, and exactly the same thing. You will get an alert to say, thanks very much. Thank you for your event. And it will be on the site if it's approved. Yeah? So that's basically it. That's basically the system that we've created for you. We've basically done a back-end system where you can claim your venue that you're looking after, make amendments, make adjustments, update the information, add new listings if they're not already in the system, and also add events. We hope this is a really important and useful tool for you to try and give our readers the most up-to-date and accurate information, give you the ability to change things in a really timely and efficient manner without sending an email. Greg King, how will we know why our event has been dismissed? We will try and communicate. We're not promising we can do it on every single thing, but you will get an email saying, sorry, the event has not been approved, and we'll probably give you a list of possible reasons, and then we'll give you the opportunity to say, you know, to maybe give you an email to say, to query this, please contact so-and-so, and it will either come to me or it will come to our digital area sales. So that's probably going to how we work at the moment. Obviously, this is a tool that we want you to use. So if there's any refinements or suggestions or modifications that you think would help you out, we are certainly open to looking at those and trying to incorporate those over time. Any more questions right at the very end? We do have a little bit of a survey at the end now, which I hope you can see on the screen, and I hope you can interact with. Please tell us, give us some instant feedback on what you thought of the webinar, what you thought of the tool, and we really, really hope you enjoyed the session and got something out of it. And I'll move across to, oh, we got a couple more questions coming in, yeah. Just read these out now, sorry, 1 second. What if the timings change on weekends? That's a really, really good question. I think that what we'll be doing is we'll be trying to provide that timing section and try and add a little bit more texture to that. So I think we'll probably maybe do a weekday and a, excuse me, and a weekend. Very, very good question. That's a good point. We'll certainly be looking at that. Another one here. My outlet is listed with 45 images. Where are these from, and aren't the brands asked to submit images if they wish to use? At the moment, what we did when we first launched, we basically worked with Foursquare. So we aggregated images in from their social networks, basically to try and give a little bit of life and texture to a new directory. So the directory was new, everything looked a bit empty and a bit raw, so we kind of partnered up with Foursquare. So we had some social pictures on there, and we had some comments. So people coming onto the site would have an element of peer kind of approval of that outlet. We will be phasing that back. So over the course of the next 6 months, we'll be easing back on the Foursquare things, and we'll be trying to have real comments from real shortlist users only, because we've only been live 4 months, so hopefully that's going to change. Okay, good question there. Under which category is meal plans delivery company should be listed? You can, if you have only a delivery only thing, there is an option on the site that says delivery. and I will just go and look at that now to see. I'll just open up 101 just so you can get a look at that. And if we go in there, so there are, for instance, things down here where you've got facilities. There is the thing there called takeaway. So if that's all you have, just tick that, yeah? Oh, we didn't share the screen. I beg your pardon. Sorry. I'll just click on that. Hopefully you can see there. Hang on. So on this part here, sorry, beg your pardon. Go back to that. There is a part here, facilities, that just says takeaway. So if that's the only facility that you've got, you can just check that. Then all of the other information should be relevant for your outlet. Good question. I'll go back to the survey now. There we go. Where am I supposed to add the trade license? I hope I answered that question. If you want me to go through that again, I can. Basically, it's the end of the process. Actually, I'll do it on a real one, just so you can have a look at that. To claim outlets. It's at the very end once you've seen all this. So once you've looked at this, again, I'll go back all the way down the bottom. Next. Screen about the menus and the images. Next. Verify owner. Now, this is the place where you upload your trade license in here. JPEG or PDF is absolutely fine, but it must come supported by the authorized name of the contact at the venue or the holding company, their phone number, and their email. Yeah? Hope that's clear. One more question. Is there a place to upload the outlet logo? No, there isn't. I suppose you could just add it as an image and it would get aggregated into the normal thing, but at the moment, no, there's just the title and the images. Okay. There's a question here from Beatrice. Good questions, by the way, guys. Thanks very much for interacting so much. Can you also respond to reviews at your venue? Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, of course. You can log in as a user and respond underneath. You can. We haven't created a system a bit like TripAdvisor where it looks like it's come from the authorized owner. Not sure we kind of want to go down that route, to be honest with you. It might be something we'd look at a bit later on. But to be honest with you, it's very much a kind of a peer-to-peer thing, so we want the user to kind of take control over that area. You can always go on and announce yourself to the brand owner in that section by commenting. It might be something we look at, but it's not something we've got now. Okay. Time for a couple more questions, if there are any coming. Got one coming in now? No? Okay, brilliant. Okay, so I'll pass back to Emily now.
Hi guys. Thank you all for listening. If you could fill out the poll quickly for us, that would be fantastic. And like you said, if you have any lengthier questions regarding the webinar, regarding any sort of technical difficulties you had, if you could email us at webtech@tmnme.com, that's webtech@tmnme.com, that would be fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the webinar, and thank you so much, Eddie, for joining us.
Pleasure, thank you.
We'll give you a couple of seconds to finish the poll, and then we will head off. Thank you so much, guys.